As proof of World Heritage inscription in 2002 here in Calakmul. Calakmul has been inscribed upon the World Heritage List of Conservation, Conserving, Protection of the World Cultural and the Natural Heritage. There we go. To the entrance of the World Heritage Site. It's fantastic. And okay, don't have to explain about the history of this place, most importantly, because it is right in the depths of the forest here. And what we can remember is that we've got satellite TV and
non ti dico neanche, ah sì, metterli sì forse. Ho detto che c'era anche
part to Calakmul, and it's such a still going through. It's not as busy and extreme as the other place. No bus loads of people here, just a few cars to come and say hello to this ancient Mayan heritage, which is hidden still in the forests of Campeche, which is almost close to the cross border from here to Guatemala. Very close indeed. So here we have it, Calakmul, ancient site of prehistoric Mayan ruins. Not ruins, this is one of the most spectacular sites of Mayan historical, archaeological, and name it, extravagant site that you could ever find. Walking in the listen, walking with the footstep, the sounds of the amazing birds, wildlife still preserved in this beautiful forest. It's right on the Guatemala border, the leaves and all the tikal, all those other sites of the forest. Just taking the line. There's the prayer. Beautiful. There we have it. Mayan ruins. Natural painting, and here we have a nature creation of art. This tree, see amazing features of this tree. Fantastic. There's two little hands coming down. Wow. Here we have it's 5 temple sites. There you go. Enormous site that's hidden away in the forest, and we are still preserving it. Very soon the highway is going to come here, and then big buses, cruise liners, all of that. I'm here before all that happens. And a Chinese shopping mall and an American McDonald's and a Starbucks will turn up at this old site. This is still been preserved for that reason, because nobody has overpopulated this zone of archaeological Mayan sites. Three routes: the large route, the medium route, and the short route to this archaeological extravaganza here at Calakmul, a prehistoric, pre-Spaniard, pre-Spanish 8th century site, still hidden away in the forest with no facilities to bring the more comfortable traveler who's looking for comforts like Nike, shopping mall, a restaurant, a coffee shop, a Starbucks, and all of that. This is far from that, as you can see. We've still got some comforts here because you're walking on a paved road, so to speak, laid out with some natural material just to not disturb this forest. Yet they would have cut down the trees, cut down the habitat to try and achieve that. As you can see here, they're working on some restoration, and that's what we don't want to do. Touch the preservation. And these materials that come in here, and that's going to damage the environment that this forest is in. And this was an old city. People lived here, and today it is being exposed again, and hopefully it's not going to be ruined by this modern society. The ancient societies always knew how to preserve it and balanced with the nature. We don't want to disturb and destroy Grand Acropolis. And that's this here. That's what happens when you avoid the tourist trail and stick to more natural, out of the beaten path. You will find some nice cities. A great civilization destroyed by a new civilization from Europe who traveled to this continent to exploit instead of explore and understand the culture and leave the culture behind. And this is what happened after that ancient culture was destroyed. The ruins of that tradition is left in this order. And that's what happens around the world when we impede, when we impact ourselves on a new culture and destroy the balance of that culture, and it distorts the way of life and the pristine beauty of life. So breathe in, breathe out. Wow. Here we go. Another Grand Acropolis. It's all these squares and grand plazas, which was the old copy. Now the Spanish ideas, it was the ancient ideas that the life always worked around the government, the religious order, and the make-believe God figure. And yes, to bring a little order and structure, because there was no law. There was no law, there was no legal system in place in the ancient times. It was who decided somebody was good or somebody was bad, or somebody gave their life away because they didn't feel good to have that person in their life. And they've believed in some supernatural unknown figure, the godly figure, you know, and that made somebody feel in their mental attitude to be stronger because they've already made that adjustment. So that's exactly what happened. even today. We do certain things because we are being made believe in our unknown hemisphere, unknown atmosphere about life, and that makes the very reason behind it. Yeah. Okay. More of destroyed the ancient figures on the column that was carved been removed. Maybe in a museum somewhere. It's very sad to see this sort of destructive force because of self-greed. That's a sacrification stone on the middle. What you can do, huh? Oh. Nature, and all the creation of man or different civilizations. Nature and civilizations. They kept a very small balance, very little extracted from our earth, and lived with hardly any breakup of the living matter on the earth. To this date here, and this beautiful biosphere, the rainforest of southern Mexico is still preserved. Nature. Wow. Look at this. Amazing. Look what nature does. Life exists everywhere if you leave it alone. And anybody come and disturb that life just distorts and try and make the nature will always carve itself around naturally. Artificial, no, it doesn't last for long. This is the Plaza Central, just on the Grand Route. Go here, going to Plaza Central, and this is the Central Plaza. Yes, there's a massive sacrification stone there on the bottom.